We're okay, fine. I was showing on my end, like Facebook wasn't connecting. So, but we are good. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Sorry, we're running about 3 minutes late. I had some stuff over on my end. It was a little wonky. And we are so excited. Today, I have the amazing and beautiful Dionne Dean.
Thank you.
She is such a blessing in my life, Dionne. You are just, oh, so good. I'm so glad that God gave you to me.
Oh,
I have you in my
same here.
life. So, and I know a lot of femmes feel the same way about you and your energy and all the wisdom you bring to us. So today we're talking about Black Friday, Small Business Saturday. Dionne Dean is an expert in the retail space, in sales, in getting yourself out there, promoting what you've got. She is, what I love most about Dionne is she is so incredibly passionate about everyone around her. She wants everyone to succeed. And she's always giving advice and sharing her wisdom to everyone. So I encourage you to ask questions if you're watching the replay, because I know many of you watch the replay in the library. You can always reach out to Dionne and ask questions, or you can even tag her here and ask questions here. So we already have Carol Ward joining us today.
Hey, Carol.
All right. So Dionne, you want to share a little bit more about yourself? I mean, you've got your creative lab also. You've got some really
Yeah,
cool stuff going on, and you've got some partnerships going on in Miami that I'm excited about
yeah.
too. Anything you want to share before we dive in?
Oh, I have a lot going on. So, hello, guys. My name is Dionne Dean. I'm a retailing and merchandising professor. I have been in this thing for 25 years. I started out in beauty, got my undergrad in fashion merchandising and textiles, my master's in culture and educational policy studies, doctoral work in higher education. Excuse me, and just completed a master's certificate in merchandising. My goal was actually to be a president of a fashion school. And so that's still in my brain somewhere, somehow. But in the midst of that, I've been selling on eBay since 2001, Poshmark since 2015. I'm a licensed nail technician. I've done work with Clinique and all these beauty brands, visual merchandiser. I've done work in Saks, Neiman's, Nordstrom, worked with Lacoste, Nike. I have been in these fashion retail business streets. And so in the classroom as a fashion merchandising and retailing professor, I work with designers and retail brands with the business of fashion. And so although I love design and I love the names, my jam is really retail and merchandising people for profit. So I launched Dionne Dean Creative for that because I found within FemCity and just all the women that I would meet and men, because Denzel is a man, he's a designer that I beat up every day, is that when you have a service or a product, we're so in love with that service and product that we forget that we actually have to sell it. Like, you're not creating it to look at it, right? You're not creating this course to just look at it and say, oh, I have a course, or creating this dress to say, oh, I have a dress, let me look at it. Or if you're buying to flip, as I do, and I'm so guilty of this. Sometimes I buy stuff and it's so pretty that I don't want to let it go for less than what I said I wanted for it. But it's not supposed to be in my storage unit. It's supposed to be on the backs of one of my customers. So I'm really excited about Black Friday this year. And of course, the day after Christmas. Those are the 2 days that is someone that is actually the whole fourth quarter. I get excited.
Yeah.
Probably, and we've talked about this on FemCity, my calendar is planned all the way through right now, summer 2022. I started planning for fourth quarter in March, April, the reselling side, because I start building up my Poshmark store and my eBay store with fall items that I thrift. So again, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and I want to add a few other dates to your calendar the day after Christmas, because that's when people usually start using their gift cards, they start exchanging. And so that's a big day in retail, a big day in sales. New Year's, the day after New Year's, if you're in Canada or Boxing Day is huge in Toronto, where I know we have our collectives there. So let's get into the meat of it. What should we be doing now to prepare for Black Friday? If you have not been talking to your customer or your client before now, you need to get started. And I said this coming out of the pandemic. If you were not talking to people during the pandemic, it's going to be very, very hard to have them trust you at this point, because they're going to say, where were you when I needed you? You're showing up now that it's the holidays, but where were you when I needed you? So if you have not been talking to them, that's okay. Explain, I was going through a pandemic. You can send out an email blast. I was going through a pandemic as well. Such and such were going on with my life. Once you explain where you are, then you can get into actually selling. So that's for people who have not done anything up until this point. You've had an email list, you've had an Instagram page, you've had a Facebook page, and you've been posting here or there, but you really have not been intent about it. Explain why. Now is
I
not
love
the time.
that.
Coming out of the pandemic, really the veil has been lifted. Big brands are having to go through it and explain themselves. And so as a small business owner, we have to do that too. One of the things that, not to pat myself on the back, but one of the things that I had to do because my father passed and that was going to affect everything in my life, I was very open and honest about it. So if I did a video, I'd be like, hey guys, all this stuff, I'm showing you all this stuff, but realistically, it's not going to get on the site for a week. If I've missed a few videos, I can say, guys, I spent the day in bed, so I wasn't here. And guess what? Everybody's going through something. So a lot of times they'll be like, girl, I was in bed too. We're just glad you're back. You're glad you're back. Or they'll be like, girl, mail it next week. That's okay. They're very understanding. But again, you have to be honest with them. So before you get into how to prepare, make sure that you talk to your audience about what has been going on and why you have not been in contact with them the way that you would have liked to and the way that you have liked to show up. So that's the first thing.
I love that, by the way. I want to highlight that because there are so many femmes that I know that have been trying to keep it all together during the pandemic. And that's them. You just described them right now. They are, and just being honest and saying, you know what, I was going through this, and this. I'm back. I'm excited. I've got this promo coming up or this sale coming up or this new product coming up. But just being honest, because I also, not only do I feel like it makes you connect more with your clients and the people that are going to be purchasing from you, you become human to them, right? They're like, oh my gosh, there's a human behind this brand.
Yes.
But it also shows your vulnerability. It shows exactly who you are. And it has that level of connectivity that we're all craving for. And it gives them permission to also do the same. Like you were saying, like sometimes you say that and they're like, you know what? I've listened to that too. And then it's okay because Dionne did it. So it's okay too. So we give permission even in those moments as well, which was very inspirational for all of us because we're all going through something.
We all are. And you know what? Some of those people are my best customers. They come back to me every time I do a video. They're either supporting me through watching the video, they're supporting through buying a course, they're supporting through buying items. They'll send me a DM and say, when you're out, please find this. I'll PayPal you before you even go out. So they're very, very supportive, but they're not, I equate it to dating. If a guy just came up to you and was just like, give me $6,000. What? Or give me the after one date. Do I know you? Hold on, sir. So that's what it looks like when you pop up on social media once a week, once a month, and then be like, oh, I have, a $5,000 offering or a $200 course. I don't know you.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing is reintroduce yourself to your audience, explain what's going on. You can also say, I don't like social media. This is uncomfortable for me, but I'm showing up for you.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, okay, so I'm going to listen because I know you don't like to be here. So I'm just going to listen and give you that time. So that's a precursor to the actual good stuff that you can do. Okay, so if you have a product or service, now is the time to really drive home your value. Because once you show people the $1,000 course or the $10,000 whatever, and you're showing them value, and then Black Friday, you say, you know that thing that was $10,000 that I've been talking to you about, or $5,000 or $100? Today, it's going to be 50 off. It's going to be 25% off. Don't hit them with a sale right now. I know right now in retail, like I'm hating all the ads because early Black Friday. I don't want early Black Friday. I want Black Friday. Like we're going to Chicago on Friday and I can't wait until next Friday. I want Black Friday to be Black Friday. I don't want it to be Hot Tuesday. Okay. Let Black Friday have its place. Right now, whatever product you have, I want you to really talk about value, 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 value. And then on Friday, you take down the price and you do it for 24 hours. And then on Monday, maybe you do a Cyber Monday sale for whatever it is. And maybe you take off another 5%, or you'll open it up again. Okay, guys, so I know we had Black Friday, but guess what? It's Cyber Monday. I'm going to give you an extra 10%. But the right now is just value, 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 value. Okay. So the other part of that is having a loss leader. If any of you are in retail, then you understand what I'm talking about. These are the doorbusters. These are your doorbusters. So maybe you have, $100 course, you have a $500 item, and that's what you're really wanting. But you have a $10 item. You have this pencil, right? You're trying to really sell. Where's a journal? I have journals all over this place. I'm a FemCity member. Now I can't find it. I have a guide somewhere. You really want to sell this $30 journal, right? This is what you're wanting. Be like, you know what? I'm going to sell this for $1. And guess what? It goes perfect with this $30 journal. That's how you want to work it. So find a loss leader or a doorbuster. If you have, again, if you have this course, that's a huge course that you want to sell, take a tenth of it, take it out, repackage it, rework it, and have that be the doorbuster. And say, you know what? This doorbuster is $25, and it's going to lead you to this. If you love that and that was amazing to you, get the other 9 pieces of the puzzle for such and such a price. So have a loss leader or a doorbuster.
So doorbuster, because I'd never heard of that term. A doorbuster.
You have never heard of a doorbuster at Target to get you in? What? When they have like or in Macy's, they got the $10 waffle iron or.
No, but I love it. I want to make sure, because I think there are other folks out there that had never heard of it before.
You've never heard of a doorbuster sale?
A doorbuster,
Sears?
No. I don't think so. I've never.
Cuban is coming out in you right now.
I'm sure I've gone for it. I'm sure I've actually bitten, but I have not. I didn't know that it was called that. So a doorbuster. What I'm getting from you is it means it is like a little thing, a segue to get you in through the door, so that you then up level into a higher priced item or service.
Best Buy will have 10 Chromebooks, okay, in the whole store. There'll be $100. $200 70-inch TVs, whatever it is, to get you into the door. They'll be sold out by the time you get there, but they've gotten you in the door.
I see. Okay.
That's a doorbuster.
Okay.
It's literally a doorbuster. You're busting down the door to get this $100 Chromebook. There's only 10. They make it seem like they're going to have 500. There's only 10 in the whole store. Actually, in the whole country, probably. But they can advertise it, right? These are the doorbusters. You'll see them all Black Friday. Doorbuster, doorbuster, doorbuster. Perfect example, Sephora. Whenever you go through the line in Sephora, they always have those racks of like $5, $10, $20 items, right?
I fall there.
Exactly. So think about those kind of things in your business. So a $5 this, a $10 this, a $15 this. Yes, you have that $1,000, $2,000 program, but maybe it's just or maybe you have a 6-week course. Okay, so you can invest in a 6-week course. How about 30 minutes? Just do 30 minutes with me for $100. Let's just do that. Once you get in there, once you've seen how if you can relate to me, how we work, then we can talk about the $10,000 or the $5,000. But you have a doorbuster or something that you can offer them to get them in. It's a doorbuster.
I understand.
A doorbuster.
Yeah. So for us, I guess our doorbuster for FemCity would be the free trial membership, right? Yes. Because I know that when people come through to get, and I'm explaining this out in case it helps anybody who has a membership format similar to FemCity. So we know that women will come through and sign up for our 30-day free trial membership. Out of those free, 70 to 75% will convert. It used to be higher before the pandemic, but now it's a little bit lower. So we know they will convert, meaning that they will go ahead and say, you know what, I love the trial membership. I'm going to go ahead and sign up for the monthly, or they'll upgrade into the yearly. But they come through, they do that, then they up level, right, into the monthly. Usually they go to the monthly because they're still kind of trying it out. They're like, you know what, I'm not really ready for the yearly, but let me go ahead and just do the monthly. Then they do the monthly and they're like, oh, this is as good as I thought it was. So I'm going to upgrade into the yearly to save some money. Yeah. And then from there, they either get my accountability program, or they'll go ahead and sign up for like some sort of package that we have, or they'll go ahead and become a global member because they're like, okay,
Yeah.
I love all this. I'm going to do the global member.
Yeah.
And then from that, sometimes they start they start a FemCity chapter. So looking at that, like looking at your business for those that are watching, thinking about that doorbuster that I just learned. I actually like how it sounds. Yeah, so it comes through and goes up. All right, I got it. So,
but I would actually say what you're talking about is more like a lead magnet. I would say
okay.
for FemCity, the doorbuster would be those bundle courses that you have in the store.
Yeah.
If you just for 24 hours say, hey, those are all going to be, because how much are they? $20?
$5. $5
for all that brain that you put in that? Girl, you better raise it. Listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to raise it.
You know what? It's repurposed though. It's repurposed.
So,
content.
but see that's already your doorbust. That's your doorbuster.
Got it.
That's your doorbuster. So if it wasn't $5, say it was $20, and you just say Black Friday, all the courses are $5. That's the doorbuster. And the expectation is that, and you would put that you would not sell that to us, FemCity members. That would be something that you put out to people who are not members. So what I would do is take all of those individuals that didn't sign up, and I would push that email out to them. Hey, I know that you haven't joined, blah, 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 blah. Here's a $5, here's a link to the $5, blah, 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 with the expectation that that's going to make them join. That would be something that I would send to that 30% to say, hey, Black Friday, such and such and such. That's what would go to them. Does that make sense?
Totally. All right. I'm just showing some love. So Terry says, all great suggestions. Terry runs our Albuquerque chapter over there with Sarah and Shelly. Carol, great tip with the course. It's retail lingo.
It is. I'm a retail girl.
So I guess baiting technique is that. I mean, that's also okay. Awesome.
Yeah,
right,
it's getting them in the door. So we advertise our doorbuster now, but wait until Friday for the actual. I would advertise the doorbuster. Look at retail. Look at what Best Buy's doing. Look at what Target's doing. I don't know if they have their doorbusters out yet. I would think that they do, because that's when people start lining up. So when you see those lines outside of Target and Walmart, it's for the doorbuster. It's for that $100 TV.
Got it. All right. So just to reiterate, because I'm going to put this on Instagram in case they can't read what Mag asked. She asked Dionne. So we advertise our doorbuster now, but wait until Friday for the actual Black Friday day. So she was, so Dionne's advice was look to see what the bigger dogs are doing to kind of gauge, because they've spent millions and millions and millions of dollars trying to figure out when the best time is to go ahead and launch that announcement of your doorbuster.
But I would say right now, if you have a product or service, right now, the only thing you need to be doing is talking about value. Those big boys can do that because we know the value of a 27-inch TV or 50-inch TV. They don't have to tell us that, or a $10 waffle iron or whatever. They've already displayed their value all throughout the year, right? We all know that Best Buy is known for TVs and computers and this, that, and other. So they don't have to do that. With the small business, we have to continually, and I know that social media can be daunting. Please reach out to me, Dionne Dean Creative. I know that it can be daunting, but once you understand, and I've said this before, who you're talking to and why you're talking to them, display your value, have them interested. And you don't have to talk about price at all. Like one of the things that I'm working on with Dionne Dean Creative is my program called Infamous. All I'm talking about right now is Infamous. And you called it Almost Famous. I changed it to Infamous.
I know. I was going to say, I was
that's
there
you.
When that brainchild came up. I love that.
You told me that. Let me tell you something. This is a side note. Whatever Violette tells me to do, within a month, I listen to my leaders. Okay. So right now I'm not talking about anything else, but creating infamy, mystique, mystery around your brand. That's all I'm talking about. If you go to the Dionne Dean Creative Instagram, I'm just teaching, not talking about price at all. Teaching. So that once I do start talking about price, they're like, yes, because not only do I see it on Dionne Dean Creative, I see it on DionneDean.com. I see it on your Instagram. I see it on your YouTube. I see it everywhere. So by the time comes for people to want to be a part of it, I don't really have to talk about price, because I've been talking about intrigue, mystery, mystique, how to create drama and fanaticism around your brand. That's all I've been talking about. So for the everyday small business owner, value, value, value. And then Wednesday or Thursday, be like, you know what? Something big is coming. Mystery and intrigue. Okay.
Yeah.
Something's coming. Something's coming. Something's coming. And then all day Friday, I only have 5, only have 4, do a countdown. I only have 2, I only have 1. And then when everything's gone, then on Monday, guess what? I'm opening up 4 more slots. I'm opening up 3 more slots.
That's another question that I think femmes would want to know is, do they do that, the element of having a certain quantity of items available? Do they do that in order to create that FOMO or to create that sense of urgency so that people will purchase on Friday? Is that something that you would advise for most brands to do?
I say yes, because I like to weed, and this is going to sound how it sounds. I want to weed out everybody who's not serious about what they want to do. I don't have the time or energy to help you believe that I'm the best person for the job. I know I'm the best person for the job. I know that you can do the work, right? But it's not my job to make you do the work. So that being said, whatever you have, whatever you're giving them, it's not, yes, you want to display value, but it's not your choice to make the decision for them.
Yep.
Does that make sense? Like, you're giving them value, giving them value, giving them value. And so the countdown does work. For example, perfect example of me being honest and truthful with my crew. Did I go to Disney World? I don't know what happened, but I thrifted.
You were in Disney World.
I was in Disney World.
Yeah.
I just don't know when I thrifted. Anyway, I thrifted, but I explained that it was going to be busy. I have Disney World coming up. So stuff is not going to get listed. Please be patient with me. As soon as I get it up, I'm going to let you know. So people were emailing me, when is stuff going to be? I want to see it. I want to see it. So on YouTube community, I said, I put 5 things up. I put 4 things up. And guess what? They went right over there and bought it. There was a Gucci bag. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen it. I put it up on Saturday. It sold within an hour. Right.
Wow.
And so you have to be, it's your job to communicate, again, value, honesty, value. And you can say, I have 5 seats left. I'm so excited to work with these 5 women. I'm so excited to get this product in your hands. I'm so excited to hear about the testimonials. Get excited. And that's another thing. If you're not excited about it, if you're just trying to make sales, not after
people
the
know that.
People we smell it. After the pandemic, nobody can lie at all. We just don't have it in us to believe you. It's like, no.
I agree. Yeah, no. People can smell it. And also, if you're selling something like, oh, hey, so I've got this pen, and it's like a really good pen, and it's like it does this thing, and it's like, people read, like, just, you have to, like you're saying, people know when you're really passionate about something. They can feel it. I often tell people, sometimes it doesn't really matter the words that you choose, because they're feeling your energy. I tell that more to our newer FemCity leaders when we talk about, like, their why they started FemCity, so that they can go ahead and grow their chapter. It's like, you have to say your own story, but it has to come from a place of love. If you don't know that, it's just no one's going to listen to you. Like you said, especially after the pandemic, no one's
listening. And I will say, and it doesn't matter your following or the amount of people that you have in social media. Talk to them like you have a million people, like they're the only ones you're talking to. The strength of my brand is that I know exactly who I'm talking to, and I back up everything that I say. So when I talk about being infamous, when you go to all of my platforms, guess what? You're like, oh, that's what she's talking about. Yes, I want you to help me do that. Help me have that confidence. So when I talk about infamous and confidence and mystique, and yes, they can see it along everything that I do. So if you're, for example, you're selling, what's my new favorite drug? Ashwagandha. And it's going to help me with anxiety and peace. And every time I go to your page, you're anxious. You could not sell me ashwagandha. That's not what nope. You're haphazard. You're this way. I'm like, wait a minute. Aren't you selling me something that's supposed to calm me down? I'm not buying that from you, bro. Nope.
That's the stuff I gave you, right? That's the stuff that made me a little anxious that I gave to you.
Listen, I love it. I've been on it for like a month, because again, with everything that's going on with my father, not being able to, and I talk about that too, sleep in me, that ended May 16th, 2020 is the last time I really, really slept, until I started taking different supplements, and not for any other reason, just to calm me down, right? So again, if I am looking for ashwagandha, and I go to your page and your hair's like this, and I don't see any peace, I don't see any joy, I don't see any happiness on your platforms.
Yeah. By the way, I'd like to add to that, when you're promoting your things, do not promote your service and products by diminishing other people. I've been seeing that a lot, like the last couple of weeks, where they're like, I'm not like the other blah, blah, blah. I do it this way. Like that just, just talk about yourself and your greatness and all the awesomeness that you bring to, don't, spend time putting down other people or, like just focus on your awesomeness.
I say this to my students in the classroom. When I go to Chanel, they're not telling me about what YSL or Valentino or Fendi are doing at all. When I go to Fendi, they're not like, this is their job is to sell Chanel. Their job is to sell Fendi. Their job is to sell Saint Laurent. They could care less about what anybody else is doing. Because the time that you're sitting there downplaying other, again, energy, right? Where are you putting your energy? Because if you're saying, I'm not like this person or that person, okay, well, let me go see what they're doing. You're immediately turning your customer's gaze to them.
Yeah.
That's no. When you come to Dionne Dean's world.
I love Dionne Dean's world. All right. So we're wrapping up. I knew this was going to be really good. Okay. So just to recap.
Yes.
Get out there, start promoting your promo, your added value.
Value. That's what you need to be talking about right now.
Yeah. Value. And then a little bit, you're going to go ahead and hint at something great's going to be coming. You're going to be a little bit serious, maybe the Wednesday, Thursday, Dionne, before. Okay.
Yep.
And then
you can even on Instagram, you can do a countdown.
Okay.
You can do a countdown. You can do it and again, I'm an Instagram person. So you can do a, go to Canva, create a pretty 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or in the actual stories, you can do, let me go to my thing. Let me see while you're talking. Let me see if I can show you in Instagram stories.
All right. So, and then we're going to send out that email. We're going to promote it starting that Friday for Black Friday. You're going to be hinting for it.
Yep.
And you're going to also make it a small quantity. So I have 5 left, or I have 10 available.
So right here.
Okay.
It says, I don't know if you can see. Hold on. It says countdown. You see it?
Oh, I know. Okay.
There we go.
Yes, I see it.
You can do that. You can do a countdown in your stories, and it'll be a ticker and easy peasy. Easy peasy.
We're all going to do it now. Which is great. All right. So you're going to have a quantity because it's going to create a sense of urgency. And then you're going to focus on that number. It's also going to help to filter the people that are ready for your product, your service, your package, whatever you have that you're selling or promoting. And then you can have the option of adding in 5 or 4 or 10 more once that promo is done.
Cyber Monday. Yep.
Cyber Monday.
Remember, you have Black Friday,
Small Business
Saturday, Cyber Monday, day after Christmas, which is Boxing Day. Then you have New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Because remember, gift cards. So if you have gift cards, that's the day when everybody's exchanging. The day after Christmas is one of the biggest shopping days because that's when everybody's using their gift cards and everybody's exchanging. So that whole period between, Christmas, Boxing Day, and New Year's Day is a huge shopping as well. So it's not too late. Like, even if you don't feel like you can get, again, coming out of the pandemic, this might be like, I can't, next Friday is too much. You still have time. Get it together for Christmas. Get it together for Boxing Day. You still have time.
Awesome. All right. Those are great tips. And then make sure that it matches your brand. So that's another tip that Dionne threw out there for you, is that if you are selling something that is supposed to instill calm and peace, you want to make sure your branding captures that. And even the way that you're talking to people also, you want to make sure that it captures that vibe. If you're looking at promoting something that's high energy, then obviously the branding should match that as well, and your presentation, your presence as well. So just keep a note of that. And the last tip that she mentioned was just focus on your awesome stuff. Like, focus on who you are. Be the Chanel, focus on your Chanel, or be the Fendi and focus on Fendi. Do not worry about what other people are doing. the comparison that I've seen an increase in during the pandemic, and after now that we're kind of coming out of somewhat of a pandemic, people are comparing themselves more than ever. I'm seeing that a lot more.
That's a lack mentality. That's not
it's total poverty mindset. Poverty mindset. Absolutely.
And can I add one small thing, only for our customers?
Yeah.
If you're a coach, if you have a product that is providing healing to people, if you are a life coach who is providing healing or clarity mindset, holidays are hard for a lot of people. We're escaping to Chicago because I just cannot bear being in this house without my dad. Point blank, period. So if you're coming to me, if you're selling to me something that's not authentic to the season that we're in, I know you're hurting. You're going to be around family. It's going to be difficult. Let me offer you an escape. You're going to be you're single. You're lonely. You're this. You're that. If you're not speaking to that and that is your gifting, you're missing out on opportunity because we are hurting. Yeah. The world is hurting. A lot of us cannot be with family, cannot travel. We've lost family members. We've lost time. We've lost a lot. And if the only thing you're doing is selling for selling's sake, but you're not really speaking to the hurt, you're missing it. So please, don't feel like you're selling. You're offering a service that is going to save lives. And, it's rough. Holiday season is rough for a lot of us. So please, please, please help us.
Yeah. I just got chills. The last year I did a whole entire video on closing out 2020. And it was our most viewed video ever. It was just the ritual of like closing it out and cleaning the energy. I'm going to do something again for our members, probably New Year's Eve. So I do have that on my calendar to do something so we can all close out 2021 together and kind of review and, just going through all the things that we went through in the last 2 years. So I think we're still definitely there's stuff that
we're still going through it. It's still out there.
I have that still out there. I have that. So let me just share some love that came through for you. And then we're going to go ahead and say goodbye because Dionne has other things to do as well. All right. So Carol's so funny. I'll be looking out for FemCity doorbusters. Now I have to figure out what that's going to be. And Linda, it isn't the orange they choose. It's the zest and the juice, which of course goes with her brand, Zest Your Life. She's an international best-selling author.
Yes.
And I love this. Thank you so much, Patricia. And then of course, she's sending some love over to
you. And I love your name, Rain. I love your name.
Isn't that beautiful?
I love it.
When I see her name, I think of Queen Patricia because Reina in Spanish. So literally when I look at it, that's why I called her Patricia because I thought in my head it's Queen Patricia.
Queen Patricia. Yeah, I love it.
I should have just called her that. Yep. And then of course, Sonia says, I finally made it. Wonderful.
Yay. Hi,
great point. Thank you from Irma.
Hi, Irma.
Oh, love to hear about your nail tech. You know what? I had the awesomeness moment to listen to Dionne Dean speak at our, we went to an event in FemCity, Rio Grande, that was in partnership. It's an event that they did down there. And she was one of their speakers, their keynote speakers, and she shared her journey and it was really amazing. So I'll have to invite Dionne back to talk about that if she would like to.
Always.
Yep. All right. Some love there from Sue. Thank you. Linda Violette. This has been great.
Yay.
And Queen Patricia says, thank you, ladies. Awesome so much. Yep. All right, Dionne, I love you very much. I'm so happy that I started my Monday with you. And for those that don't know, Dionne and I and Joanne Silva, who runs our FemCity Miami chapter here, we're all heading to FemCity Philadelphia in December. We're super excited to do that again. I love traveling with those girls so much. Dionne, I wish you a great and beautiful rest of the day. Thanks so much for sharing your wisdom with us.
Thank you. You too, my love.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.